What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today's project, the beautiful Volkswagen Bora. This one modded in by Lit, and this is the Lit edition. 71,000 kilometers. Not horrid condition, but I've definitely seen a lot better. And we got it from the auction house where we got a good deal. 36,539 is what I paid for the car, and I could sell it for 37,101 as it is, making a profit of 562, but we won't be doing that. This Bora does come with the i4 double overhead cam 4x4 engine, and you can swap it to the double overhead cam or the single overhead cam. We're going to leave it as it is with the 380 horsepower double overhead cam engine. But before we jump into that, quick announcement. I won! Yes, finally I won it. My Bolt Cape Mark IV was voted for by you guys to be the absolute winner. Absolute beast. This one is available on the workshop. You can go and grab it, play around yourself. The livery is in one and the config is in the other. Looking absolutely stunning. Very, very happy with that. Thank you for all the votes, everybody. I'd like to thank Jesus and my mum and my agent, who I don't have. And yeah, no, anyway, enough of that. Brilliant. I'm so glad to have won it, though. It's awesome. The next one is up already. We've done the vote for the car. The next car is the Karagiri Tamogo, something along those lines. Let's just see if we can quickly get it up in the shop. Where are you? Down here a bit further. I can't find it. I'm going the wrong way. That's why. There it is, just down the bottom here. This one here. The Katagiri Tamogo. That is what has won. That is what we'll be working on next time. You've got a little over a week and a half for the competition to get your vehicles uploaded into the Discord channel. All the rules and information are on Discord, so pop over to the Discord channel. The link is in the description below. Head over to the competitions page. You will see all the rules and everything there, everything you need to follow by, but that's what we're going to be working on for the next one. This is what we've got today with our beautiful Volkswagen Bora. We already spoke a bit about the engine. We're going to be adding performance parts to that one today, making it a little bit more powerful, hopefully. It's not a bad-looking engine, and to be fair, it's pretty complete, and it doesn't look too broken. Is there much missing from there? It does not look like it at all. That's awesome. But we need to get this one started off. We need to get it over to the car wash and get all of this dust off, because it is filthy. Here we are then, at the car wash. I'm going to say the car's blue, just judging by that strip there, but we're not sure. So let's get it cleaned and see how many of these body panels are off color or not correct, or it's got some weird livery that actually looks pretty awesome. Okay, so it is blue, but it's a much lighter blue than I thought, with orange racing stripes and a dark blue interior. Looking pretty sweet. Let's get this interior cleaned up, get it back on the lift, and we'll get that engine ripped out, get everything stripped down. The V-dub is up in the air. Let's check for that oil pan. Look at these two floating small intercoolers. But we need to check for the oil pan. There it is. It is in there, so we do need to get that one drained out. Let's move you over. Let's get you going. Not the worst oil I've ever seen, and quite a bit of it, to be honest. But let's get in underneath. We need to get this gearbox out. This is a front wheel. This is a four-wheel drive car by the looks of this. Drive shaft going down the back. Engine at the front. Drive shafts in here, so we need to get the wheels off the front so we can get the gearbox out. So I'll crack on with that. That's both the wheels and a drive shaft off. I didn't realize that this was a four-wheel drive. We need to get the main drive shaft off now that we've got the front wheel ones out. I'm actually excited this being a four-wheel drive, to be honest. I should have known because the engine's the four-wheel drive engine, but never mind. Out with that front drive shaft, and then hopefully out with the starter from the engine bay. I always forget that. I'll go grab that. We'll be back in a second. There we go then. The drive shaft's out. Let's grab this gearbox out and hope that I haven't forgotten anything else from the top end. We've grabbed this front exhaust section out as well, just to make it easier. Let's get the car back on the ground. Let's get that little engine ripped out and get ready to start stripping that beautiful engine bay down. Out you go. Let's go. Nice. I was worried I was going to forget an exhaust section or something, but that is that ripped out. Let's check out the engine bay. First off, let's see if we are missing anything. Doesn't look like it up here. That looks all complete. We've got the battery, the air filter, the fuse box, brake servo, the ECU, the ABS pump module, and the coolant reservoir, the power steering reservoir, and the windshield washer reservoir. Down the back there, we've got the battery and the fuel, the fuel tank and the fuel pump. Let's grab out the fuel pump while we can. I need to get all of these liquids drained. Let's go over here. 1, 2, 3, and number 4. So you know the drill. Additional tools, drain tool, click and hold. Syringe comes up. I'll be back in a moment. There we go. That's all the liquids drained. Let's just get these reservoirs out of here. Let's just get all of this out of here. Not a lot in it. Well, actually, there is quite a bit in here today, but it's all nice and easily removable stuff. That's probably the hardest part right there. Let's get you out, and then you are underneath. Yes, of course you are. Get the battery out. Hopefully, I'll remember to put it on charge. Do we have all 4 clips? We do have all 4 clips, so let's get these all out. That was lucky. I did totally miss it, but just managed to get on the clip at the last minute there. You and you. Come on, there we go. Lid off, filter out, base out. Let's grab the lid of this fuse box. Always like to just check out the fuse box. Quite a few little niggly bits in there. I'll come back and grab all of that in a minute. But let's check out what we've got going on with this suspension. See if we've got anything missing. So we obviously know there's a drive shaft in there. We know we've got that because I ripped them out. We've got the bearing, we've got the sway bar end links, we've got the inner and outer tie rod. The wheels were on, that side does look pretty complete. Let's check the other side, inner and outer sway bar and the bearing. All looking good. Let's just grab the... I thought I was under the car, but never mind, I'm not under the car. Let's get this rear wheel off and check what we've got going on down the back here. It looks like disc brakes to me. Hopefully it is. Yes, there's some disc brakes in there. What have we got down here? Are we missing any of this? Again, it doesn't look like it. This looks pretty complete. Again, we did have all the wheels on, so it's probably going to be complete. Drive axle, brake caliper, the sway bar end link at the back there. Can't check any of that without ripping it out. Let's just get this one off and make sure. Out you come. Let's go. Last bolt. Let's double check. So we've got the brake caliper. We've got the drive axle. We've got the sway bar end link. We've got... the bushings, we are all complete. The exhaust is missing, but it's not missing. I only took out that piece. So the exhaust doesn't have anything connecting in the middle. It's just probably under the car and hidden. Looking pretty sweet, but that is that engine bay clear. We now need to go and get all of this suspension stripped off. So I'm going to get this car up in the air. I'm going to get the last bit of that fuse box out, get all this stripped off, and then we're going to go play with that engine. I'll see you in just a little bit. That is everything mechanical out of the Bora, very stripped down. Let's go and strip that engine down. By the way, I would just like to say, if you can hear a slight humming in the background, I do have a fan next to me because it's so hot right now, and us Brits are not used to the heat. But let's jump in and let's get this engine stripped. Off with this first little roller, then we got a belt. And then the crankshaft pulley, out you come, and now we should be able to get the timing cover straight off. Nice and simple. That is what I like to see. Getting it deep inside the engine within the first couple of parts. I know it's not really deep inside, but you know what I mean. We've got a belt tensioner, a couple of rollers, and another belt here. Timing belt, serpentine belt. Same difference. Never mind. Off with these other 2 rollers. Out you come, out you come. And well, I'll get the water pump, the alternator, and the power steering pump out. See you in a second. That's all of them out. I'll grab this oil filter while I'm here. Let's move upwards a little bit. Let's get the cam gear out. I forgot the screw. Do I need to take these out first? I do. So out with all 4 of the ignition coils. Out you come. And then off with this head cover. And it is 8 short bolts. I do like the shorter bolts. Much easier to do. And then we've got all the camshaft caps. All the spark plugs buried a bit deeper. I almost couldn't see them for a minute there. Let's get this turbocharger off. Out you come. And then the manifold off just from underneath it. I've completely lost what words were for a moment there. Out you come. Nice. Swing around the other side. What have we got? The throttle. And then another manifold just there. Let's go. Intake manifold. Yeah, out you come as well. Off you come. And then down the back of this engine, something I always forget, but I have just noticed, is this timing cover here with another little couple of gears and a timing chain in here. So you've got to get the cam gear off. Out with the bolt. Off with the timing chain, and then out with the cam gear, and then that's that clear. We've also got fuel injectors, because why not? Down the sides, we need to get all of them out. I will now get all of these camshaft caps out and all of the spark plugs out, so you guys don't have to sit and watch this one. I will be back in just a few moments. That's all the camshaft caps out, all the spark plugs out. Let's get these camshafts removed. Get this engine head off. Oh, no bolts on that one. Nice and easy. Well, that was very simple. Let's just go straight down the wrong side, obviously. Get this oil pan off and check out the I4 pistons. Should be 4 in a line. It is definitely 4 in a line. There you go. 4 pistons with Conrads. You got all the rod caps on the end there and 3 crankshaft bearings. Ideal. I missed the crankshaft bearing there. And then we've also got all of our clutch set up. So I'm going to get all of this stripped off, get loads of bits repaired. Everything's bought, repaired, or been recycled, depending on what was needed. But let's start stripping this body down. Let's see if we can figure out where all of this is in one go. That looks like a part, definitely. See this rear door off. Is this roll cage a part, or does that just come in with it, or is it tied with something else? We will find out shortly. Let's just keep going around. That's the drive shaft underneath. That's all the bodywork. Let's grab that windscreen out. Definitely. That looks to be all of it. It doesn't look like there's any interior in there. But I have definitely been wrong about this before, so let's double check. 1%, but is it actually everything out? It is everything out. That is a shock to me. I definitely thought that roll cage would have been part of something on the outside, but never mind. Let's get the welder over. Let's get it sorted out. What should we guess today? What did I pay? 36,000. It's not bad condition. I'm going to say 1,800. 1370. I still can't get this right, but while that's going, let's just take a look at the body shop for this, see what options we have got. So, no spoiler and a few different spoiler options, and we've got loads of different side skirt options, front bumper options, quite a few of them as well. Front end options, I'm going to be playing around with a lot on this one. Paintable strip and a chrome strip, and then just the door as it is. There is a few different options. We've got the hood bar without the hood bar, logo with the hood bar, so on and so forth. A couple of different light options there. In fact, more than a couple of different light options. That evil look black looks quite nice. That might be what we're going for. Mirrors, lights, the works. There is a lot going on here. Definitely a lot going on here. I cannot wait to get in and play around with this. Try and make this one look as cool as we possibly can. You've even got the Jetta rear trunk instead of the Bora trunk as well. Looking pretty smart. I need to play around with a few bits, get some stuff repaired, see where we end up. I will be back in just a little while when we'll be ready to throw this lovely Volkswagen Bora all back together and go to the paint shop and see what this livery is all about. There's everything ready to go back on for the bodywork. Let's just jump straight into it and crack on. I did swap the hood out. I don't really like bonnet bras myself, so I just went for the logo remove on that one there. Front bumper for the body kit style, looking pretty sweet. Just lost my thing. For the front end there, I went for the facelift with the logo removed. I always like that style of grills on the Volkswagens. And I went for the evil look black lights. Like I said, I was probably going to. Front fenders, they just are the front fenders. They are what they are. I managed to replace both of them, repair both of them, sorry, should I say. On with the door, I just went with the paintable stripe on that one. And for the side skirts, this is a funny one. Go for the tuning side skirts if you're going for the body kit parts. I'll show you why in a minute. They do match up really well. Let's just get this on and this mirror on. Just went for the standard paintable mirrors. The rear door for the body kit door, I've gone for the Comfortune, Comfortine, whatever that's meant to say, to match the front door there. Let's just get the window in there as well. Let's get the other side done and all matched up. Get that windshield in as well while we're here. On you go, on you go, in you go, on you go, and then on you go, and in with the window. Nice. Let's move down the back. Rear bumper, body kit, came on it, managed to repair it, looking pretty sweet. The trunk, I just went for the logo removed, and the lights, I went for the black lights, but that is what originally came on it. Obviously, one repaired anyway. The rear window, there's three options. You've got four options. Small spoiler, medium spoiler, large spoiler, no spoiler. I went for large spoiler, and that's the definition of the large spoiler on the window. So you can imagine the medium and the smaller, so on and so forth. And then for the spoiler, I went for a big old wang on the back of there. So you got the spoiler going into the spoiler, looking pretty sweet. That's most of the bodywork done. This is why I'll show you the tuning side skirts. Literally match up perfectly with the body kit. You've got that leaf style effect going into the leaf style effect. If you go for the body kit's side skirts, they just have a little air intake hole there. They don't actually have the detailing on them. So yes, if you want to go for the body kit look, go for the tuning side skirts, not the body kit side skirts. They do match up a little better. Let's get my plate on. I went for a cherry blossom plate today because why not? It looks pretty smart with a VM Bora on it because it is our Bora and it's no longer a VW Bora, it's a VM Bora. Let's get in and let's get on with this interior, get this car finished off and get it into the paint shop. For the steering wheel, I swapped it out to steering wheel 8. And for the seats, that's right, then Nismo seats. It wouldn't be anything any different from me. There she is, pretty much finished bodywork-wise. We just need to get a new coat of paint on it. Let's just double-check, though. 100%, 100%, 100%. Absolutely fantastic. Let's head over to the paint shop, see what liveries we've got, and pick which colours we're going to go for. Here we are, then, at the paint shop. And let's check out the liveries for this beautiful Volkswagen Bora. Slot number 1 is what came on the car. I quite like it. I just not the race sort of cutouts are not my cup of tea. Looking pretty smart though. I like the blue with the orange stripes. Yeah, I don't really like all of it. I mean, I like it, but it's not the design I'm going for today. Is there a slot 2? There is not. So just the one livery. Quite a nice looking livery if you want to play around with this. The link is in the description below to the Volkswagen Bora, and this livery does obviously come with it. Not what we're going to go with today, so I'm going to go play around with some colours and see what I like the look of. Here's what I've gone for today on the Bora. This very deep sort of gloss red. Really liking it. It's actually one of the factory colours that comes with it. It looks quite nice in the gloss. Does matte out the engine bay a little bit in there, which isn't too bad. So you've still got these metal struts coming up here, sort of showing a few bits off. So what I might do with that engine bay is probably going to sound quite boring, but I'm probably going to black a lot of it out and just have a few dots of red on it. We'll have to see how it comes out when it comes together. Maybe I won't do red. Maybe we'll chrome it. Maybe we'll make this one a standard-ish looking with a lot of white chromes on there. I was actually talking on Discord about it yesterday, about how I paint everything, even the silvery parts. So that's probably what we're going to look for today. Don't know what I'm going to do with the rims. Maybe some black rims. I'm undecided. Red and black is a good colour combination. It's a classic and it works. So maybe that's what we'll go for. I'm not fully sure yet. Didn't mean to click into that. I meant to crouch down. Definitely have a few splashes of red in the underside, but maybe we will keep it like a silver chrome. Try and get all the engine matching, looking quite impressive in that sort of silver chrome look. And then maybe some black wheels or two-tone black and chrome wheels. We shall see, but this is the colour I've gone for the body, this beautiful deep red. It is looking absolutely lovely. Very happy with it. I need to get this one back on the lift. I need to get some suspension parts painted, potentially, along with the engine bay parts painted as well. So I'll see you back on the stand in just a few minutes. So I've got everything painted, and I'll be honest, it's not a lot today. I mean, let's check out the springs, because, well, these have to be painted. I have done the shocks in a gloss black, with the springs in a body matched dark sort of gloss red, looking at quite nice. But if I'm being honest, there isn't really much else painted on here. I haven't painted the cross member. I've just left it in its standard colour. Will I regret it? Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. We'll find out. I'm not sure yet. Let's just get some of this together. Be the first time I haven't painted all of this stuff, for a video at least anyway. Lower arm also not painted for a change because we're leaving this one pretty stock, pretty standard. Still looks pretty nice though. I quite like the colours you get on here. Obviously the shock itself is painted. I couldn't not paint the shock. Even though it is just a standard black, the gloss black is just a little bit darker to sort of go with a few of the other accents. And that red is a body match red. And obviously I have done the brake calipers in a red as well. They are in a very bright gloss red, but because of how the material works, they're sort of very similar colour to that shock on the front there. That's the front end done, pretty much, basically. Very simple. I've got a drive axle to go in. Obviously I can't put that in until I put the gearbox and engine in. Let's check that red against the body. That's not bad. You can see it's a lot shinier on the bodywork, but it still looks pretty sweet. Let's get down the back. Let's start throwing some of this in, and you guessed it. Most of this stuff isn't coloured either. I've just got to get it all in. So let's just start throwing it all in. If I could get to that one rubber bushing. There it is. In you go. Then, yeah, all of these arms are in their natural colour. I wanted all of this to blend really well. And as much as I always try and paint things, I thought we'll give it a go. And we'll just blend it with its natural colours. And we'll see how it comes out. If it comes out well enough, I may start doing it more often. Obviously not that often. I still like to go a bit crazy and a bit wild with it because I like my colour schemes. But let's give it a go. A nice Volkswagen Bora, going to be a bit classic, stock sort of fitting with a high-performance engine. Looking pretty sweet. Obviously still painted the springs at the back there. Let's get this bushing in and you go. We've also got the sway bar, which I nearly forgot. And then the shock, which again I have painted black, but we are just keeping it black. Then I've got the rear drive axle in Yugo, the sway bar link, there he is, in Yugo as well, and then obviously that brake caliper, and again, it is in the red, it does match the spring pretty much, and is very, very close to the body. I'm hoping that's everything. It looks to be everything. It's allowing me to put the wheel on. Let's just double check it again. Yeah, that's looking pretty sweet. I'm quite pleased with that. Obviously, I've already got the gearbox. That's definitely not a gearbox. That's an exhaust. What are you talking about? I've already got the exhaust all in. I've just got a few bits to button up down here and down here. Then we'll check out that engine bay. But again, I mean, I've painted some bits, but they're just blacks. Pretty boring from my standards, but we'll see how it turns out at the end. I'll get this finished. We'll check out the engine bay. I'll see you in just a few minutes. There we go. I did it. I built a pretty much stock car. The only bits that are coloured are pretty much their standard or standardish sort of colours for me anyway. Red shocks or red springs, black shocks, and red brake calipers. Still looks pretty sweet though. I'm quite happy with how it turns out. Obviously all the colours do match because nothing down here in the metalwork has been painted. These are a bit shinier, the small intercoolers, because obviously they're the performance parts. But it still looks pretty sweet, but we need to jump up and into this engine bay just very quickly there. Let's just start throwing all of this in then. There's the radiator, we got the fan housing and the kit. The windshield Russell reservoir, the wishy-washer reservoir, the windscreen washing reservoir, the power steering reservoir, and the coolant reservoir in there. ECU, let's not forget that ABS pump and a module. In you go. I forgot to pick up my battery again. I've just thought about it then. I was thinking, what do I need to do down the back? Nothing. I've already done the tank and the pump. But then at the front there's the battery and I forgot to pick it up. So we'll get the brake servo on. We'll get this air filter base on now. I have done that in red. The engine bay is red, but you'll see why in just a little while, especially when we come to build that engine. And I have put some lovely blacked out clips on it just to throw a splash of black inside this engine bay. Or should I say a splash of more black inside this engine bay, because there's quite a bit of it in here. Fuse box is in a black because why not? I'll get in and fill all that in a minute. Can't put my battery in because obviously I forgot about it, but never mind. That's looking pretty sweet. Let me just go and grab my battery off of here. Out you come. Let's go back down. As you can see, the red is a bit much, but that engine isn't going to have too much red on it, if I'm being honest. Yeah, you heard it here first. Not that much red on my engine today. Not that much colour on my engine today, if I'm being honest. So that red's going to take up a lot of that. And obviously that black fuse box is going to get it hidden away. That is what I'm going to crack on with now. I'm going to get this fuse box finished, and then we're going to go build that beautiful i4 4x4 engine. Hopefully it comes out all right. It is the least amount of painting I've ever done on an engine or a vehicle for that matter. So I'll see you in there in a minute. We'll see how good it looks. There we go. That's all the internals on the i4 engine done. As you can see, no colour on this block at all. I have done the oil pan in a black just to give it a nicer black than its sort of grey original oil pan colour. Let's start filling some of this front end in with the water pump. I haven't painted that, although it did show up this time. I could have theoretically painted it. The alternator in its lovely performance parts chrome, as always. And the power steering pump, I also haven't painted. This is bizarre. It doesn't feel right. I haven't even painted my oil filter. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or it's just... We'll try it. We'll see how it turns out. Hopefully it looks all right. The engine head, I have painted. It is a performance part. I have done it in red just for a splash of red to appear, hopefully on the outside just a little bit, but we will see if that actually happens. We've got another roller to go on here. On you go. We need to get these camshafts in. Whack you on. I will come back and fill all that in a minute, but what we want to do is get this front end all buttoned up. So there's the cam gear. Then we've got this beautiful belt. On you go. And the belt tensioner. In you go. And then this cover. Now, one of the reasons why I didn't paint much on this engine is because this cover doesn't even show up. You can't do any. You can't even put a black coat on it, which is a bit of a shame. Would have been nicer if it was a bit more blacked out. But it is what it is. So we'll crack on. There's the crankshaft. Let's get the last belts on. And this last roller on the front. That should be the front of this engine all complete. Let's jump up. Before we do the intake manifold, these fuel injectors are painted in a body matched red. Just for the hell of it. You won't be able to see them pretty much from anywhere, but I needed to throw a splash of colour in this engine because it's me and that's what I have to do. So we'll get the intake manifold on. This one can't be painted anyway. There's a lot on this engine that couldn't be painted, which is probably a reason why I decided to leave a lot of it out, just because hopefully it will look good standard anyway. Couldn't paint the manifold, couldn't paint the turbocharger. That was one thing I was trying to hopefully be able to paint. Put a lovely red on that would have looked awesome, I think. But there we go. Down to this side, the throttle. I did manage to get a splash of red on this one, though. So we do have a little bit more red. But it does point down, so we might not see it anyway. That is, I mean, there's not a lot to this engine, really. We've got these timing housings to put on here. So let's get you on with your timing chain and your other two cam gears. In you go. Timing cover. Again, couldn't even paint this. Very bizarre engine. That's probably, again, why I left a lot of it out. So what I'll do now, I can't believe that is pretty much the outside already done. This is a very quick engine. I'll get these camshaft caps and all the spark plugs in. We'll get the top on, and I'll see you in a minute. Last camshaft cap just going in now. Ideal. We should be able to get that cover on. Now, this is a plastic cover, so it wouldn't have painted well anyway, so it just went in a gloss black. I did try doing the red on it, but it's just so dull on this plastic. It's a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Ignition coils can't be painted, but a lovely extra splash of red on the top there, just for some good measure. Now, you can really see how little I've painted on this engine. We've got the fuel injectors, the throttle, and technically that engine head, just a few bits of red. Bro, it's splashing out just from a few places, but nothing special. This is my least painted engine I've ever worked on, but that is that completed. I'm going to grab a couple of pictures and then we'll get it dropped in the Volkswagen Bora. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. As I say, first time I've done a pretty standard looking engine. Not my normal. Normally I go over the top with colours. Those of you who watch regularly will know that. So what do you guys think? Should I do a few more standard engines or shall I stick with doing lots of colour? Time to drop this beautiful souped up i4 engine into our lovely Volkswagen Bora. I still feel weird. Not enough is painted on this car for me as it stands at the moment. The bodywork still looks incredible, and I do like that red on the body. But let's check out how this engine looks in there. Hopefully it won't be too bad because there is quite a bit of red in this engine bay. And now you've got a splash more red on the front there, just showing up, just as I hoped it would. Pretty awesome. That does look pretty sweet. It looks very empty to the sides because we've got no wheels in. But let's get this one up in the air. Let's get that gearbox in along with the starter and the drive shaft. Everything else is in, apart from that front exhaust section. We also need to throw you in as well. So let's get you in. The gearbox in you go. Just remembered I'm going to have to go back up the top side to get that starter in as well, which is a bit weird, but never mind. So we'll get the drive shaft in. I'll get these drive axles in, and I'm going to go get some wheels done, basically. Then the car will be outside in the sun, looking absolutely beautiful, hopefully. So I'll see you out there in just a moment. Here we are then, all finished with Lit's Volkswagen Bora, being the Lit edition as well, with its sort of wide body kit. Nothing overly too wide on there, but it is wide enough that the rims needed some ET on them to keep them out far enough. We'll go through them in a minute, but this looking beautiful in that red with the red window spoiler and then the black main spoiler off the back there. It really does look absolutely fantastic. I really think this is a great mod. Excellent work by Lit, as per normal. Now, I haven't gone too over the top with this build today. I haven't really even coloured this engine too much. A little bit of colouring on the throttle and the fuel injectors there. And the top cover is painted in a gloss black, just to get rid of that plastic effect. But most of this, including the suspension, is all pretty stock, pretty standard colours. I don't know how I feel about it. How do you feel about it? Do let me know in the comments below, because I am kind of interested in whether people come here to see my crazy wild coloured builds, you know, just looking at the suspension arms on this beautiful beast, all yellowed and blacked out. Even the engine on this one, let's go under there, yellow and black, looking absolutely insane, matching that beautiful livery made by my good friend French Toast. Had to mention his name once in this video, didn't I? But this one is absolutely stunning by Lit. I'm very pleased with it. We'll talk about these rims. I obviously went for the rims 1A, probably my favourite rims in this game at the moment. Hopefully more will come later. We shall see. Fingers crossed for that. I'd love to see a rims pack in there. That'd be awesome. But the rims 1A is what I've gone for. Bit of a deep dish two-tone. Just black in the centre with that standard silver chrome on the outside. Didn't paint them at all, just left them as they were. Now, these are slightly off from standard, but only ever so slightly. They come with a 20-inch rim, and I've increased it to a 21-inch rim. That is the only difference. So it's a 21-inch rim, a 225 width, with a 30 profile and an ET of 30. Don't forget the ET on there to bring it out. And that is the same all the way around. All four corners are exactly the same. So it's a 21-inch rim I've gone for, 225 width, 30 profile, with an ET of 30 on there as well. Looking beautiful, but let's jump in this one and see if that i4 turbo engine sounds any good. Nice bit of grumble, more like Darth Vader's spaceship, but let's give it some gas. There's that beautiful turbo whistle. I love to hear that. Sounding pretty good still, and this interior by Lit is great. Obviously, this is the Lit edition. It is missing the back seats and the passenger seats. One more time on the gas. But let's get this one over to the dyno and see what horsepower she's got today. Here it is then, the Volkswagen Bora on the dyno with its i4 double overhead cam 4x4 engine, 380 factory horsepower on this one. How much have we increased it to today? Let's have a look. This better be good. Come on, car. 261 horsepower gained, a gain of 69%. Nice. bringing our total up to 641 horsepower. Not bad from a saloon car and a Volkswagen Bora. Pretty standard saloon car. That's pretty awesome, actually. Let's head over and see the gearbox tuning setup we've gone for today. There she is, 420. Didn't mean to do that at all. 69 and 420 in the same video. Totally accidental. But there it is, 55 kilometers an hour in first gear, up to 476 kilometers an hour in top gear. Not that we'll reach that. I'll be happy with 350, pushing towards 400. We shall see on the track. Let's head over, find out now what it can do. Here we are then on the track with the 641 horsepower Volkswagen Bora by Lit. Pretty cool. Let's see how fast we can get this four-wheel drive beast down the track. Let's go. Now it should accelerate well and get through the gears early. Very well. Already up into fifth gear, 250 kilometers an hour. Maybe we will hit that 400 mark. Come on, little car, you can do it. We're in seventh gear, coming up towards the 350. There it is. Are we going to make it to 400? Now we're in eighth gear. One gear to go to hit the top gear. Can we get to 400? Go on, you can do it. You can do it. 398 kilometers an hour. So close to 400. I'm quite happy with that, though. 398 kilometers an hour from the Volkswagen Bora. So close to the 400 mark. I just could not get it there in the end. 398. Still a good speed, though. 47th in our speeder board out of 110 cars. Way in the top half. Definitely in the top 50. Pretty awesome. Very happy with it. This looks insane. Again, pretty stock engine, a pretty stock suspension. You can see it all through there, but I decided I've not done one that is stock, even though no back seats, no passenger seat, massive roll cage. Stock is not the correct word for this car. But as regards to my customization, that's a pretty stock customization from me. Still looks absolutely incredible, though. Very, very, very happy with it. We do have to dive into some facts and the figures, though. Now, you saw at the beginning I bought the car for $36,539, and I could have profited $562 selling it there and then, but we never do that, so we weren't going to today by no means. So we spent an additional 43,010 credits on this car, paying our total spend at 79,541. Quite a lot for a 2016 Volkswagen. 80 grand basically on a 2016 Volkswagen Bora. I don't know if I'd quite spend that in real life, but anyway, let's have a look. Can we make a profit on this one? Let's dive in to some beautiful facts and figures about this car. In we go. It is the lit edition, 71,000 kilometers, so it is relatively low mileage. Not, but it is a little bit. We do have it with the i4 double overhead cam, a four-wheel drive engine, now with a 641 horsepower, a gain of 69%. That's right, I said it once, I'll say it again. A gain of 69%. Can't go wrong with that, but can we make a profit? Let's have a look. 145,892 is the sale price. Take away our 79,541. Leaves us with a profit of 66,343. Actually, incredible profit. I was not expecting that. Oh, maybe 10, maybe 20 grand at most. Not nearly 70 grand or 65 grand. Quite happy with that. So it is time to say goodbye to the Bora. That was a lot of fun, and I have a lot more of an appreciation for the Volkswagen Bora now than I did before, so that's pretty awesome. Off you go, Bora. You were definitely a lot of fun, but what have we got up next? Let's jump in and find out. Here's another mod by Lit. I can't help it. It's just the way it turned out. This is, I'm not even going to attempt it, the Pagani Zonda Cinque? Don't know. Probably correct me for being wrong there, but never mind. Pretty cool mod by Lit. Not bad condition. I got it from the Posh auction house, as you can probably tell, because it's not looking worse for wear at all. Very nice condition. Not bad. Above 50 in everything. This one does have the V12 engine, which is pretty incredible. 800 base horsepower it comes with. We will be increasing that. Try and see how fast we can make this Pagani. Did we get a good deal on this one? Oh my god, yes, a very good deal by the looks of that. I bought it for 176,743, very expensive, but I could sell it already and make 17,754. Hopefully that will translate over to when we come to upgrade and get this car fully ready, that the profit should be absolutely insane, but probably not because it is me and I'm quite unlucky with them kind of things. Anyway, that's what we'll be working on next time. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to get stuck in. I did have a different car planned for today's video, But I actually went on a bit of shopping spree before I started recording, trying to buy a few cars for in the future and stuff like that. And I saw this, and I haven't seen one of these since the mod was released. And then I was really excited to do it. So I just chucked it in straight away so I can get straight on with this for the next video. Before we go, though, I just want to say, do remember to come and join us on Discord. Take part in our competition. I mean, there's only three different people that have won the 4 different competitions so far, which isn't too bad. But there is quite a lot of people entering. I think this last one had about 25 entries. It's quite good. I mean, I'm happy to have won it, very happy to have won it, and I do think my car looks absolutely insane. Love that car. It is in the parking, don't worry. We will come back to it at a later date. As I've said, I'm going to do a parking showcase of my completed cars if we get to 250 subscribers. No time limit, just when we get there, I will make that video. I'm 100 subscribers away as it stands at the moment. I did have a few extra over the course of the week, so it's pretty cool. But yes, come and join us on Discord, say hi, take part in the competition if you want to, or at least just vote for whoever you think is your favourite. I don't think any entries have been put up yet, but I haven't checked Discord today, and today was the first day of the new competition with the new car, which is the Tama. I can never remember the name of this car. It is absolutely awful. There we go. Category Tamago. Category Tamago. That's what we'll be working on next time. The Law Car Honda Civic. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. It's the Law Car Honda Civic. That's what we're working on. The Law Car Honda Civic. If you want to take part in that, come and join us in Discord. Even if you don't, just come and join us in Discord. We have a good fun in there. There's jokes, there's laughter. If you get stuck on something, some of the people will help you out. Some of the people will take the mick a little bit. Sometimes they can be quite short with you as well, but we do have long days. So it is a bit of fun. Just come and join us at Discord, say hi, have some fun with us, join the competition, whatever you want to do. It is awesome. Also, like and subscribe. Please, I'd love to have loads of subscribers. It is awesome. I enjoy doing what I do here, making this content for you. It would just be nicer if I had more subscribers, more people to get it out to. But thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you had an awesome weekend. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.